Good morning, dear students. So let me clear one thing, like this will be our last session on environment and geography. So far we have discussed 6 other subjects. Last class was on polity governance. I hope you have gone through the class. So our format will be same for this class also. Like our objective is to cover more than 120, around that much topics in very less time. So I hope everyone who is watching this class have this document with you. Without this document, it will be not understandable, and I expect you have gone through this document at least once before attending the class. So this is just like a revision class, and we focus only on the most important aspects of every topic. We are not going into details or conceptual understanding or these kind of things. Factual, what is the must know things you should have in mind while answering questions regarding certain topics, that we will be discussing here. So let's go into this flora in news. That is the first topic. On this first section, the first topic is Prosopis chilensis. So what is Prosopis chilensis? Like as the name suggests, like most of the terms starting with Prosopis, it will be somewhere related to this invasive species. So this is also called as Chilean mesquite. The tree image you can see here, this tree's name is Prosopis chilensis. So this is an invasive species with its origin in South America, especially this lithium triangle region, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile and Peru. And this has been an invasive species and creating issues in Gulf of Mannar. So that's why this is in news. Now rest of the facts you can go through this material. Come to the below part. There is a table provided here. This table provides a list of plants, invasive plants in news. At least just go through the names as well as the locations associated with this. Lantana camera, again a very common invasive species. Prosopis juliflora. This is like, I think in 2017 one question UPSC also asked from this, what exactly is this? So this is again very common invasive plant species, especially found in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, etc. Thar desert, Bunny desert, these are the major areas of this Prosopis juliflora. Now the third one, Lena or Darata, like the scientific name, that's why it's a little bit complex. It is mostly found in these hilly areas, northeastern areas, western Ghats and Himalayas. Similarly, the Parthenium hysterophorus, that is also called as carrot grass, another invasive species. Invasive species in India, animals are also provided. The first one is the Nile tilapia. Nile tilapia is a fresh body fish kind of invasive species which is like coming to India, and in India it is a invasive species. In Nile or in Africa it is normal, like that is its original location. Eared slider turtle, similarly apple snail, similarly fall army worm, all these are categories of invasive species in news. Now next topic you can see here, Senna spectabilis. What is Senna spectabilis? The Kerala Forest Research Institute KFRI released a management plan to address the invasive species Senna spectabilis posing biodiversity threat to Nilgiri region. Again, 2-3 things are important. One is the name, that is Senna spectabilis. This is an invasive species in Kerala, Kerala region. In Kerala also the Nilgiri region. In Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, you can look at what are the different wildlife sanctuaries coming in these Nilgiris, which are the states involved in Nilgiris. All this information I want you to do the background study. This is also called golden shower tree, you can see here, or popcorn tree. Original location, this is again plant from South America. Coming into next topic, again an invasive plant is there. It's a very common plant, decorative plant used. Its name is Conocarpus tree. Conocarpus tree, why it is in news? Because this tree, hardly an invasive mangrove species, hardy invasive mangrove species, has been recently banned by Gujarat government due to its detrimental impact on environment and human health. Similarly, Telangana government has also banned this particular tree before. Now coming into the further topics, Hijol tree or Indian oak. This is in news because a recent study warns that suitable habitat for Indian oak or Hijol tree in India Bangladesh landscape could shrink by over 50% due to changes in rainfall and temperature. So Indian oak is majorly located in this eastern part of the country, in this India Bangladesh border regions. And studies are citing that due to the change in this rainfall patterns, due to climate change, due to other factors, this habitable area for this particular tree can shrink by 50%. So it is mostly found in Ganges, Brahmaputra, Meghna river basin ecosystems. Evergreens and evergreen tree. Red Santas. If you have watched Pushpa, you might have aware of Red Santas. When it is easy, Pushpa is a Telugu movie. So these are mostly located in the Eastern Ghats region. You can see here, like India has been removed from the review of significant trade process for red santas, signaling improved conservation and management practices. However, the species is classified still as endangered in the IUCN Red List, highlighting its continued vulnerability. So this is an endemic plant to the Eastern Ghats region, especially Andhra Pradesh, Telangana region. Habitat in rocky, degraded fallow lands. IUCN status is endangered. Status, it is trade is regulated to prevent overexploitation, Schedule 2 in Indian Wildlife Protection Act. So this is all about red santas. Now, yeah, Neelakurunji, that is another plant in news. What its scientific name is also important. Strobilanthus kunthiana, where it is a Schedule 3 species under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Now, where it is endemic to? It is endemic to the Shola forest of Western Ghats. So, where is this Shola forest? What heights? What kind of trees are grown here? What is a peculiar Nilgiri tahar? Some goat. All these animals are very peculiar to this Shola forest of Western Ghats. Similarly, Neelakurunji is also a very peculiar plant that is only found in this part of the world. Another very interesting characteristic of this plant is it blooms only once in 12 years. And once it blossoms, it is throughout the hill becomes blue in color. This is some other details of this Neelakurunji plant. Where it is found, it is mostly found in Munnar region, Iravikulam National Park near Munnar. Some part of it is also found in this Silent Valley National Park. Again, Silent Valley is a part of Nilagiri Biosphere Reserve. Baobab tree, that is the next topic. Why it is in news? Madhya Pradesh government has decided to restrict the translocation of Baobab tree in Dar region, following the protest by Bhil tribes who hold the tree as sacred. Again, this tree has so many other purposes, including infrastructural purposes. This is also not native to India, it is native to Africa, Madagascar and Australia. So due to this, government is trying to cut down these trees, but these trees has been considered sacred by these Bhil tribes who resides in this Madhya Pradesh Dhar region. So what happened also consequence of this, government has to stay or hold their decision a bit. That's why this particular tree is in news. Desiccation tolerant vascular plants. Desiccation tolerant plants means it is a similar process like hibernation in animals. What animals do in hibernation? All their metabolic system will be relaxed to a certain level that only a minimalistic level it will be happening, and after the winters or after the harsh climatic period, these animals will regain their metabolism, their life, and for this time with very less energy they will be able to survive. So similarly, plants do that is called as desiccation tolerant vascular plants. Especially in summers, these plants almost dry out and almost get died like this. But once water falls or once water is available, these plants can readily rework and like regain its old state. Such kind of plants is called desiccation tolerant vascular plants. Researchers have discovered 62 species of desiccation tolerant vascular plants in India's Western Ghats biodiversity hotspot, significantly expanding our understanding of these resilient plant species. So that's why in news, other factual information, you can go through this material. Next topic, Salsola oppositifolia defontania. So this is a perennial shrub species. You can see the image here. Perennial shrub species, salt tolerant shrub. It is mainly shrub region where you will find it. It will be found in this arid region. One of the famous arid region in India is the Kutch region. So this is found near the Kutch region in India. Sago white is in news because this Sargoserve, a cooperative society in Salem, Tamil Nadu, has received geographical indication tag, GI tag for sago production, highlighting its unique quality and origin. So that's why this sago is important. Sometimes you can get a question from state specific GI tag related also. We have discussed in first class also details of GI tag, why, which administrator is given, which organization it's given. All this we already being discussed. So this is a sweet product that is being produced from tapioca, which is produced in Tamil Nadu, Salem district. So it has been granted GI tag recently. Fish mint. What is fish mint? It is also called as Houttuynia cordata. This is increasingly recognized as a potentially invasive species. Very common flowering plant it is, due to its rapid growth and ability to spread aggressively in suitable environments. So question can be framed on characteristics of invasive species also. For a plant, any species, plant or even animal also, to be invasive species, what are the characteristics required? You can go in with this description given here, like ability to spread aggressively, rapid growth, ability to survive harsh environmental conditions, ability to adapt to changes. All this gives a little bit of ability for the plants to come and dominate in ecosystem that is not natural to them, and such species are called, we call it as invasive species. Mainly this is found in the originates in Himalayan foothills, extends across Southeast Asia, China, Korea and Japan. Again, the next topic, Impatiens Karupusami. What is Impatiens Karupusami? Researchers from Botanical Survey of India have discovered a new plant named Impatiens Karupusami from Kalakad Mundanturai Tiger Reserve. Where it is? It is in Tamil Nadu. Again, Impatiens Karupusami belongs to Impatiens genus. All these factual details. These Impatiens are found throughout in tropical Africa, Madagascar, India, Sri Lanka and China. So this is a new discovered plant being discovered. So mostly what is important is its name, on what basis it is in use. This kind of question can come on that basis. You should be able to identify it. Sometimes question can come on this particular tiger reserve, that is Kalakad Mundanturai Tiger Reserve. Where it is in Tamil Nadu. You can go through the map of this tiger reserve. Himalayan medicinal plants added to IUCN list of threatened species. 3 plants has been added. The photo is given below. And what is the name of 3 species? Mesotropis pellita or patua, Fritillaria cirosa or Himalayan fritillary, Dactylorhiza hatagiria or Salam pancha. So all these are like medicinal plants from Himalayas. All these 3 plants has been added to this IUCN list of threatened species, and have different categories. Some are vulnerable, some are critically endangered, and one is endangered. You can see the details from here. Bortakira, why it is in use? Its original name or scientific name, Garcinia pedunculata, a medicinal plant commonly called Bortakira in Assamese language, traditionally forbidden for raw consumption, has been found to protect from heart diseases. So this particular species plant that is a native or natural habitat in Southeastern Asia of Myanmar and Northeastern India, especially in the Assam state of Assam, this is available. So the studies has found that this has some medicinal benefits or benefits to the health of heart. That's why this is important. Again, this is an evergreen plant. Wildlife news, forest fire tragedy. Next topic, wildlife news, forest fire tragedy, proposed solution for gibbon, and the details provided is little bit different of Kashmir's chinar trees. Chinar is a deciduous plant. You might have seen this beautiful locations, picture from such locations. This is in Jammu and Kashmir, and chinar is also the state tree of Jammu and Kashmir. Coming to the next section, that is fauna in news. So in fauna in news, the first one we are looking at is pangolins. Go through it. Yeah, pangolin, why it is in news? Pangolins consistently make headlines due to their tragic status as world's most trafficked wild mammal, highlighting the ongoing threat of illegal wildlife trade. Again, this is kind of a chameleon kind of a species with tongue greater than that of body, and it has no teeth, and its whole body is covered with scales. You can see here the scales on its body. There are total 8 species of pangolin, 4 each in Africa and 4 in Asia. In India, you can see 2 pangolins, Indian pangolin, which is endangered species, and Chinese pangolin, which is a critically endangered species. Rest details you can go through this. These are traded because of their scales, because it is made of keratin, which has different applications in human different industries, including medicinal, including cosmetics, different applications it have. That's why it is being highly considered as world's most illegally traded mammal. Next species, Manis mysteria. Now, what is Manis mysteria? Scientists have made an exciting discovery of a new pangolin species, that is Manis mysteria. This finding expand our understanding of critically endangered animals. Cryptic pangolin species identified and confiscated in China. So this is a new species, pangolin species, that is being discovered. Now you can look at this nature of these species. Next topic, Dickinsonia. I think UPSC also already asked one question from this Dickinsonia. It is an extinct genus of animals that lived during late Ediacaran period. So around 600 to 500 million years ago. This is a species that lived during this time. And basic understanding, what exactly is this? If you are given a scientific name, at least this fair understanding that this is an invasive species, or this is a pangolin, this is a critically endangered species, or this is comes in this category. This much of understanding is at minimum level expected from you. Next topic, greater scaup. You can see here the duck here. The greater scaup, or Aithia marila, a migratory duck, was recently sighted in Manipur's Loktak Lake. After a gap of 19 years, this is being identified in this particular Manipur's Loktak Lake. So 2-3 factors. One is this greater scaup, or Aithia marila. So where it is found? In Loktak Lake of Manipur. Now it is not commonly found, it is found after 90 years. Secondly, what is important here is the map. I think we have in this part or next part the detailed map of Manipur. So Manipur, for one reason or the other, was always in news throughout the year. There can be a question from locations related, lakes or biosphere reserves or wildlife sanctuaries, something like these in and around Manipur. Otherwise also there has been continuous basis question coming from these northeastern region. One question was on this Pakke Wildlife Sanctuary. It is in which state? It is in Arunachal Pradesh. So we get recurring questions from these wildlife sanctuaries and other protected areas in this northeast area. Do go through these lakes, rivers, biosphere protected areas in northeast India thoroughly. And within this northeast India also, Manipur is having too much of importance this year. Dodo and Nicobar pigeon. So dodo, as you know, it is an extinct species, and Nicobar pigeon is considered as one of the most closest neighbor to this dodo. So what people are doing is, people are trying to recreate dodo by using this genetic engineering technology. The first step, that is genetic sequencing of dodo, this was completed last year. Now what they are trying to do is, they are trying to write this genetic sequence of dodo and create this into this, put this into a like embryo and put it inside this Nicobar pigeon, and this Nicobar it will grow inside the womb of Nicobar pigeon, and then we can get this, like taking some cells from Nicobar pigeon to create this, you can say, this embryo growth. This will be XYZ support system will be provided by this Nicobar pigeon. So this is what these scientists are trying to do, but still not achieved. But once it is achieved, we have discussed one thing related to Tasmanian tiger in science and tech class. Tasmanian tiger also, what scientists are trying to do is the recreate RNA of this they create RNA of Tasmanian tiger. Here also the attempt is very much similar to remake the extinct species. If this can be practically feasible, this opens a lot of scope for remaking or bringing into life a lot of other extinct species also. Next topic we have is now location where this Nicobar pigeon is found. It is found in Nicobar, Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines, Solomons and Palau. So on the Southeast Asia and Pacific region, Indo-Pacific region, you can see this location distribution of these Nicobar pigeons. Rest details you can go through here. White tufted royal butterfly. White tufted royal butterfly, a rare protected species, has been spotted in Kallayad, Kerala. This adds to sightings in Agasthyakudam and Shendurni Wildlife Sanctuary. So Agasthyakudam, Shendurni Wildlife Sanctuary, again this specific butterfly, white tufted royal butterfly, this is found in the southern part of Kerala. You can see an image of this butterfly here. Indo-Malayan realm it is. Schedule 2 protection is granted under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Next topic, co-joint silver line. Scientists have discovered a new butterfly species in Kodagu district of Karnataka and named it as co-joint silver line or Sigaritis conjuncta. So a question, what can it come? This species, this name will be given, Sigaritis conjuncta, and this is related to which? This is a butterfly species, new species that is found in Kodagu district of Karnataka. Honey Valley, Iripu Hills, these are the locations of this particular butterfly. Then another one is Noble's Helen. Noble's Helen, an extremely rare species of swallowtail butterfly, was observed in 3 locations within Namdapha National Park in Arunachal Pradesh. So this is again, this is not in the Western Ghats, it is discovered in Namdapha National Park, which is in Arunachal Pradesh. Again, location of this particular butterfly is Myanmar, China, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam. Sea butterfly, this is sea butterfly also called as Thicosomata, a group of marine snails. These are not butterflies, these are snails, are experiencing population declines in southern ocean due to impact of climate change. So again, another impact of climate change, you can see an example here. Gecko Mizoramentacus. Scientists have discovered a new species of parachute gecko, Gecko Mizoramentacus in Mizoram. Again, Indo-Myanmar border, this discovery was made. Gecko you can find here, this gecko. Now some fish species in news. First one is Gambusia affinis. Andhra Pradesh government release of Gambusia affin, also called as mosquito fish, into water bodies for mosquito control has sparked concern over invasiveness of this particular species. Gambusia affinis is a small freshwater fish native to southeastern United States. So this species may feed on this larva of these mosquitoes. Once this fish is being released into this water body, it can help in this mosquito control. So considering this help, this fish was released in Andhra Pradesh. Gambusia affins or affinis. So this is the name of this particular fish. But there is a risk of this ecosystem dominance and invasive species invasiveness coming into picture due to this. That threat has been highlighted here. Next topic, Pterygotrygla intermedica. You can see, read it here. What is this? Scientists from Zoological Survey of India made this exciting discovery of new marine fish species, Pterygotrygla intermedica. Again, this is a new fish species that is being discovered. From where it is being discovered? Digha Mohana in West Bengal. So from West Bengal, this new fish species named as Pterygotrygla intermedica, this has been discovered. Protosterol biota, the last species in this news. This refers to a group of ancient organisms whose fossilized remains contain some of the earliest evidences of sterols, a type of complex molecule found in modern plants and animals. So this is this particular molecule. These organisms are almost 1.6 billion years old. It is lived from Proterozoic era. Rest details you can go through this. Cryptobiosis, that is the next topic. Scientists successfully revived microscopic worms that has been frozen in Siberian permafrost for an astounding 46,000 years, shedding new light into phenomena of cryptobiosis. So question can come on to three aspects. One is this, what is happening in permafrost? Permafrost is basically the carbon that is frozen and soilized in this higher latitude region, especially this Russia Siberia region. Now what is risk associated with this? With global warming, and some fire is happening, and due to all of these factors, this carbon is being now released at a much higher rate to the atmosphere. So this is again adding to the greenhouse gas emissions. If greenhouse gas emissions are coming, it will again eventually lead to higher temperatures, which again will start a cyclic effect. So that is the first thing, that is risk. Second risk associated with the permafrost is this microorganism that is hidden in these. So many new viruses, new bacteria which are not known to us currently, which were lived in earlier eras, earlier zones, may be hidden in this permafrost. So this may also be released into current ecosystems, and it can also destroy different ecosystems. So all these are the basic information regarding this permafrost. Now cryptobiosis, that is an extreme survival mechanism. Cryptobiosis is a metabolic state where organisms enter a form of suspended animation in response to harsh environmental conditions like freezing, drying, lack of oxygen. But normally when we speak about hibernation, that is only for a small couple of months or days or maximum 6 months. During this is the time period we are looking at, one particular season. Here this species has been under this cryptobiosis state for 46,000 years. So here we are speaking about in a much larger time scale, hibernation at a much larger time scale, that is called as cryptobiosis. Metabolic, it leads to metabolic shutdown. All measurable metabolic activity virtually stops, allowing organisms to endure extreme conditions. Different processes are provided here. Next topic we have is methylomicrobium, methylotovi microbium, Buritennis 5GB1C. What exactly is this? It has gained attention for its remarkable ability to consume methane, a potent greenhouse gas significantly contributing to global warming. So this particular process, this bacterium belongs to methanotrophs. Methanotrophs are those category of bacterium which feed on methane or which absorb methane as an energy source, and methane is being metabolized by these particular bacteria. So this has potential for methane removal from landfills, paddy fields. This can also lead to effective global warming mitigation strategy. Different application is this species category is called as methanotrophs. Methanotrophs, if being asked in the paper, this is related to some bacteria consuming these methanol, or you can say methane, not methanol, methane for their energy consumption. Thrasus indicus, you can see here these dinosaur-like species recently discovered as a new dinosaur in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, named as Thrasus indicus. So this has been discovered in India, in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. That's why this is of quite importance for us. Other names of some of these commonly seen dinosaurs are being found. You can find it here. Now 2024 marks the 200th anniversary of bicentennial of the first scientific description and naming of a dinosaur, that is Megalosaurus. So this is another reason that can be a question from dinosaurs. That is, this is 200th year of firstly we are coming across these dinosaurs. So again, why is all this being studied? Because there has been one discovery. This is also a 200th year. Other details of this particular dinosaur you can find here. Next is red fire ant. Red fire ant has been discovered in Europe for the first time, especially near the city of Syracuse in Italy. Now what is this? This is the world's most invasive ant species. Now this is not usually, Europe is considered mostly as a cold region, so this was not found in European areas, but currently this species has been located in European areas. Another example of climate change and invasiveness, how it is been interlinked. You can see the mechanism. Originally this is native to United States, native to South America, but it has been introduced to different, it has these invasive properties being shown in United States, Mexico, Caribbean, China and Australia. This is called as red fire ant. Also it's called a red ant or fire ant independently also. Now Sengai deer, another question from northeast. Where is Sengai deer found? It is found in the Loktak Lake. Sengai deer, you can see endemic to Manipur's dancing deer, it is also called as. It is confined to the floating biomass of Kibul Lamjao National Park in Loktak Lake. So in this floating national park that is endemic to this Kibul Lamjao National Park only, it is considered as endangered as per IUCN Red List and Scheduled 1 protection under this Indian Wildlife Act Protection Act. It is also considered as state animal of Manipur. You can see a map of this Manipur here. This is this Loktak. This is Imphal, the capital of Manipur. So Manipur also, I have told, due to many reasons it is in news. Fairly you should understand about these protected areas, rivers, major lakes that is existing in Manipur, and it is better to go through the other states also. So now next topic we have is walking leaves. Walking leaves often gain attention because it is not particularly leaves are walking, because these are camouflage insects. That means they are like hiding insects like this. This will have shape of a leaf, and when they move you will feel like it is a walking leaf. It is spread across different islands in Indonesia, including these islands in Southeast Asia to Papua New Guinea to Australia. So in this Pacific belt, lower Pacific or southern Pacific belt, these species are mostly located. Amagetto red tail. Scientists from MIT Peace University in Pune have discovered a new species of damselfly in Kerala's Western Ghats and named it Armageddon red tail. So this is a new like dragon fly like a species that is discovered from Kerala. Again another species, that is Killingsia zai. Killingsia zai is a valuable specimen that expands our understanding of early anthropod evolution and discovery of life forms during Cambrian explosion. So this is a species from this historic period, Cambrian explosion period, and its evolution can be understood by studying these species. Mithun white is in news because this FSSAI, that is Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, has officially recognized Mithun as food animal, paving the way for its commercial meat production. Now Mithun is a large semi-domesticated bovine species, closely related cattle, but have unique characteristics. This is like found in northeastern hilly states of India, Bangladesh, Myanmar and China. Culturally it has, economically it has importance. Mostly it is also a state animal of Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland. Mostly it's for India, it's found in these northeastern parts. First, the benefits, its endemicism, all these are provided here. Camelids. The United Nations have declared 2024 as Year of Camelids to celebrate its significant contribution to livelihood and sustainable development goals across the globe. So details of camelids, I am not going into too much of this, you can find here. Again, dancing frogs, this has been found from Nilgiris. Dancing frogs belonging to Microxyldia family are endemic to these Western Ghats. They are named for their distinctiveness of foot flagging behavior. So this is, they are not exactly dancing, their foot have been flagging in air. So it will give an impression that they are considered as these dancing frogs. So this has an IUCN status. Nilgiri dancing frog has a status of endangered, vulnerable, and white-cheeked dancing frog has a IUCN status of being endangered. Another frog that is in news, that is Amolopus siju. Amolopus siju is a new species of frog discovered from deep within the Siju cave system. Where it is in South Garo Hill districts of Meghalaya. This is the particular frog you can see here. This Microxylus spelunca, this particular species is also found in Tamil Nadu. Namdapha flying squirrel, I think last year we had a statement regarding these characteristics of this particular species. Where it is found, this Namdapha National Park. Where it is in Arunachal Pradesh. It has been missing for over 4 decades, has been rediscovered recently. Now this species is nocturnal, that means it is more active at night. Flying squirrel endemic to a small region in northeastern India. Namdapha critically endangered species named for flying squirrel is arboreal nocturnal flying squirrel found in this Namdapha National Park. Arboreal means mostly it is living within trees. Noah dihing music frog. Again, another species, frog species that is found from Namdapha Kamlang National Park of Arunachal Pradesh. Again, very important is to go through all these national parks in this northeast area. Whenever you are like reading a topic, have very much clarity in mind what kind of questions can come from this and stress on those pieces of information. If you want to add one map to any of these topics given here, or if any other material you are reading, you need to add one extra information. Do Google it, do it like then and there itself. Don't keep it like we will add it later on. And whatever you are reading, like instead of simply cramming everything, while seeing the topic, get an overview what is the most important thing from this, and based on this understanding you approach this particular topic. Pink bollworm, that is the next topic you can find here. This is one of the most destructive pests of cotton, causing significant economic damage to cotton crops worldwide. Originally native to India, but it has spread to other countries including United States. Dugongs are also called as this sea cow. Now India's first dugong conservation reserve is in Palk Bay. Where is Palk Bay? That is a region between India and Sri Lanka. This is a herbivorous mammal. We will have an image of this. Herbivorous mammal living exclusively in sea. Can grow up to 3 meters, 300 kilograms, 65 to 70 years of age. Now habitat in India, it was earlier found in Gulf of Mannar, Gulf of Kutch, Palk Bay and Andaman Nicobar Islands. In IUCN status is vulnerable, and it is offered Schedule 1 Protection of Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and Appendix 1 of CITES. Again, this is the, you can see this location distribution of dugong. Stygarctus caralensis, Balipus calami. New marine tardigrade species has been discovered and named Batalipus calami in honor of former President APJ Abdul Kalam. So only that's why this is being, we are studying it. Where it is being discovered? It is being discovered in this Mantapam region of Tamil Nadu. List of national parks in India. Mostly the important national park, you can see 106 national parks in India, covering 1.23% of the country. Largest national park is the Hemis National Park in Ladakh, covering an area of 3,350 square kilometers. And the maximum number of national parks in India is in Madhya Pradesh, that is 11 number of national parks. Oldest national park, again it is Corbett National Park. And rest national parks, you can see the details, you can go through here which state how many national parks are there. All these details are provided in this one single map. Again, important wildlife sanctuaries, important protected areas, bird sanctuaries, all these are provided here. Some of these important bird sanctuaries is Gobind Sagar Bird Sanctuary in Himachal Pradesh. Similarly, the Sultanpur Lake, that is near to Delhi, Bharatpur Bird Life Sanctuary in Rajasthan, Nal Sarovar and Dwarka Marine Park in Gujarat. Similarly, Mayani Bird Life Sanctuary in Maharashtra, Salim Ali Bird Life Sanctuary in Goa, Kaundinya Bird Life Sanctuary, that is in Karnataka, mostly in border of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Renganatittu, that is again in Karnataka. Kumarakam Bird Life Sanctuary, that is in Kerala. Tamil Nadu has Rameshwaram Marine Park, Point Camari, Vadantankal and Pulicat. All these are in this coast of Tamil Nadu. Chillika Wildlife Sanctuary, very much famous. Chillika Lake is also quite important. which are these species in this lake, which are the rivers flowing across this region. All these questions can be framed on basis of these all. So this is overall maps in India, just have a fair idea. Port Blair Marine Park also, that is in this Andaman and Nicobar Islands. You can see one more map here, that is number of tiger reserves in India. You can see some of the basic information as Project Tiger began in 1973 at Corbett National Park. Tiger reserve spread across 75,000 square kilometer area. India has more than 3,000 tigers in 53 tiger reserves. India accounts for 70% of world's tiger population. Question can be framed on all these. India have more than 2/3 of world tigers. Such a statement, very factual statement, can be framed. Now go through different tiger reserves throughout India that is provided here. I'm not going to read each and every one. Yeah, let's continue our discussion. Next topic is Yayatso La. This is a lake in Ladakh region. You can find here some of the famous lake in Ladakh region is this Pangong Tso Lake that has been in conflict between India and China. Now Gupteshwar Forest. This is Gupteshwar Forest in Odisha. Koraput district has been declared as state's fourth biodiversity heritage site, highlighting its unique ecological significance. Now this has presence of Nagar crocodiles, Kangar Valley, rock geckos, all these are present here. So different other importance, birds, bats, all these are provided information. You can go through here. Dark Sky Reserve, where it is Talakaveri in Kodagu district. The source of Kaveri river is attracting attention for its potential destination for Dark Sky Reserve, a title currently held by Hanley in Ladakh. Currently India has only one particular Dark Sky Reserve, that is Hanley in Ladakh. Now what is a Dark Sky Reserve? A Dark Sky Reserve, by definition, a designated area with exceptionally clear and starry skies and a commitment to minimizing light pollution. This is particularly what is a dark sky reserve. India has that Hanley in Ladakh. Then we have this Indian Astronomical Observatory also placed there due to this absence of light pollution. Now Bortle scale reason provided here. What is exactly Bortle scale? That is the level, or you can see the scale for measuring this night sky brightness. If it is 1, it is excellent dark sky. If it is 9, that is a inner skitty, like in Delhi what sky you see is what called as 9. Karst Plateau. Karst Plateau is often in use during monsoon and post-monsoon season, that is late August to October, when its diverse wildflowers blossom in spectacular fashion. This is also called as Valley of Flowers of Maharashtra. Where is actual Valley of Flowers located? Uttarakhand or Himachal? Follow up the details of this. Already question has been asked on this Valley of Flowers. There is high chance again question can come, especially in these location related areas. This is located in this Western Ghats, Satara district of Maharashtra, that is Valley of Flowers of Maharashtra. Ecological significance, conservation challenges, all these are provided here. Next topic we have is Dholpur Kharauli Tiger Reserve. Where it is located? It is Rajasthan's 5th tiger reserve, that is newly declared Dholpur Kharauli Tiger Reserve. Where it is located? It is located in this border, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan border region. It is being located. What are the other 4 tiger reserves from Rajasthan? One is Ranthambore, second one is Sariska, third one is Muguntra Hills and Ramgarh, fourth one is Ramgarh Visdari Tiger Reserve. So 4 tiger reserves: Ranthambore, Sariska, Muguntra Hills and Ramgarh Visdari Tiger Reserve. These are already existing 4 tiger reserves in Rajasthan. Now Dholpur Karauli Tiger Reserves is also added into this list. Central Asian Flyway. Central Asian Flyway, India also plays a major role in this recently Convention on Migratory Species Conference spearheading initiative to protect this Central Asian Flyway. What is this Central Asian Flyway? As you can find here, this is a migratory route encompassing large area of Eurasia stretching from Arctic Ocean to Indian Ocean and back, including 30 countries. So this is this particular route we are speaking about. From Arctic Ocean it starts and it comes to lower Indian Ocean, then it's going back. Now Greater Panna Landscape Council, GPLC. The formation of GPLC is crucial for managing the ecological impacts of Ken-Betwa River Link project and balancing conservation with development. So, details of Greater Panna Landscape Council and its mapping, all these are provided here. You can go through it. Next we have is Agumbe Forest. Where is this Agumbe Forest? This is also known as Chirapunji of South. Is experiencing a decline in its peak rainfall, potentially due to change in historically held title. Now, the map you can see it is located in Karnataka. This is the Agumbe region. It is also called as Cobra capital due to huge amount of number of cobras there. Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, where it is Madhya Pradesh, potentially second home for cheetahs in India. The first group of cheetahs was reintroduced in Kuno National Park in September in 2022. This is the location of Kuno National Park. Now, where Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, which is also in Madhya Pradesh, is also considered as a potential location for relocation of these cheetahs. Chambal River is going through this area. You can see Bada Wildlife Sanctuary. Bada Wildlife Sanctuary is being considered as a potential second site to reintroduce Asiatic lion. Bada Wildlife Sanctuary is here. You can see this is the Gir Wildlife Sanctuary. So nearby within Gujarat itself, the Bada Wildlife Sanctuary, which is a potential site for relaunching Asiatic lion. Amazon River, it is called as flowing oceans. Details of Amazon River is provided here. Not going to too much of it. Map is quite important. Which all country it is flowing? Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Peru, Suriname and Venezuela. All these countries, this Amazon River flows. So map is quite important for us. It is world's second largest river in length compared to Nile is the first one. Kamlang Tiger Reserve, again butterfly walk and natural trail event has held in this Kamlang Tiger Reserve. Where it is in Arunachal Pradesh. Other national parks of Arunachal Pradesh are also provided in this particular map. You can go through this. So this is lying between Namdapha National Park. Again, we discussed too much. This is a particular national park in Arunachal Pradesh itself. Again, Wellington Island. The Cochin Port Joint Trade Union Forum has appealed to the Indian Prime Minister to implement urgent measures to revive Wellington Island. The player highlights concerns about potential decline of this vital shipping hub. So what is this Wellington Island? It is a man-made island. This is the island, man-made island, one of the largest artificial island in India, created in 1936 and named after Lord Wellington, the then British Viceroy of India. Strategically situated in the harbour of Kochi. It has different facilities, different reasons for concern. All these are provided here. You can go through this. Kuno National Park. A female Namibian cheetah translocated to Kuno National Park under Project Cheetah has successfully given birth to 4 cubs. This marks a significant milestone in India's ambitious initiative to reintroduce cheetah after their extinction in wild in 1952. Details are provided here. The home for cheetahs is the Kuno Palpur National Park, that is in Madhya Pradesh. Other potential homes include this Naraudehi, which is also in the Vindhyan ranges of Madhya Pradesh, and Shalgarh, that is near the Pakistan border in Rajasthan. Details of Kuno National Park is there. As I already told, Champal River also flows through this particular region. Nagarjuna Sagar Sri Sailam Tiger Reserve. Has received very good rating in the latest management effectives evaluation. This highlights the efficacy of conservation efforts within this protected area. Overall, all the tiger reserves in India map is being provided. Very much important to go through this. Again, there is a tiger census. You should have a fair idea of this also. Yellowstone National Park, which is in United States, having 151 anniversary, so it is in news. Not going too much into this. Hasdeo Aranyas Forest, which is in Chhattisgarh. There is coal mines related nearby this protected area, so there has been conflict in government allotting these coal mines, so there has been controversies allotted to this. Yasuni National Park. It is in a historic decision. Ecuadorians have voted against oil drilling of this protected area in the Amazon, and that's home to 2 uncontacted tribes and serves as a biodiversity hotspot. So this is important. Yasuni National Park, that is in the South America, Ecuador. So there is oil reserves, and still the citizens of the country has voted against drilling these oceans, considering the damage it is going to cause to these ecosystem, natural ecosystem, as well as the tribal lifestyle that is inhabiting in this area. Island of Maul, where it is near the Hawaii region. Hawaii region islands, this has been experiencing unconditional, or you can say surprising levels of heat waves and this forest wildlife fires during this season. Due to the same reason, this island of Maul is also in news. Kachdev Island. Kachdev Island is a politically disputed island. Ideally, India has given to Sri Lanka in 1974. So this has been in news because Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his speech in his parliament during no confidence debate, mentioned this island of Kachdev. So you should understand it is in Palk's Bay, Palk Strait, near to this Rameshwaram point it is located. And this is not an island that is formed after this India's organic evolution. This is a very recent island which is formed in 14th century post a volcanic eruption in this particular region. New Ramsar sites, 11 new Ramsar sites has been added to this. Now these sites overall, it's quite important. You can go through this. Every site it is not feasible to remember, but the most famous one like Deepore Lake, Loktak Lake we discussed, Rudrasagar Lake, similarly Sundarban wetlands, similarly Bitakarnika mangroves, those which are famous and must be understood, that you should have a fair idea where it is located, which are the species distribution, particular species distribution regarding these. Resorts declared illegal in crucial elephant corridor. Which is this elephant corridor? That is in Segur Elephant Corridor, located in Mudumalai Tiger Reserve, a part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. So the map is being provided here. You can see this. Mangroves, a forgotten ecosystem and tragic story of Marchipi. The Bengal's BJP agitation has brought back the attention to forgotten Marijapi massacre of 1970, shedding light into dark chapter. So this is happening in this mangrove forest region. That's why we are a little bit interested in this particular area. Now rest some tiger reserves in Madhya Pradesh. You can go through it. It's very factual information. So Madhya Pradesh is home to 7 tiger reserves: Kanha, Bantwar, Satpura, Pench, Panna, Sanjay Dubri and Viranga Durgavati Tiger Reserve. These are the 7 tiger reserves. Madhya Pradesh also has the highest number of tigers in India in the status of tigers report. 785 tigers, followed by Karnataka. It is standing second at 563 tigers, and then followed by Uttarakhand at 560 tigers. So this is the map of protected areas in Madhya Pradesh. You can see here. Coal wetland. This is again a wetland in Kerala region, and it has been turned blue, or turned color change is happening in this due to these ecosystem impacts, pollution and other impacts. You can see the pink color due to this invasiveness of particular species in this. The Brigger Wildlife Sanctuary, which is in Odisha, as near to this Hirakud Reservoir. Now, Guntla Brahmeshwaram Wildlife Sanctuary, where it is located? It is located in this Nagarjuna Sagar Sri Salem Tiger Reserves in Andhra Pradesh. You can see this map, particular map here. This is the protected areas. This is this Guntla Brahmeshwaram Wildlife Sanctuary. Map is more important in all of this. Chinar Wildlife Sanctuary, again in the Idukki district of Kerala. You can find it here. This is here. It is the Chinar Wildlife Sanctuary is being located. Parks and sanctuaries in especially in Northeast India, in Southern India, in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, all these states, you should have a very fair awareness. This is the end of part 1. Now we have this part 2 document. We will quickly go through the second part of the document now. All these documents you can download it from this Telegram group of Kalam IAS. You can go through this. Yeah, so in the second part we roughly have around a 71 more topics to cover. So I'll be going little bit more faster here. So in next 30-40 minutes we'll try to wrap up this second snippet document related to geography and environment. Now this first document, this was mostly related to species in use. Species was the focus area of this first document. Second document is a little bit more species or protected areas in the first document. Second document, this is more oriented towards geography, the legal aspects, the other phenomenon, geographical phenomenon, all these kind of things is more covered in this second document. Now somebody was asking what is the timeline of this. Mostly we will get one more material related to this, that is the updation material of this current affairs. So in that also there will be extensive coverage of environment and geography. So these 3 documents are you will have to cover, like in updation document, not just environment and geography, other subjects will also be a part of it. So let's go into this. All other 10 documents are already released in our Telegram channel. A combined single file is also being released. You can go through this. The first topic is alpenglow phenomenon. Alpenglow phenomenon. Because why we are discussing it? Because a NASA scientist have took a picture of Hirakud mountains in this alpenglow phenomenon. Now what is it? It is a reddish optical phenomenon that creates a reddish orange glow in the mountains. It happens during twilight hours, shortly after sunset or before sunrise, when the sun is below the horizon, but its light is still illuminating the upper atmosphere. It is caused by scattering of sunlight by tiny particles in atmosphere such as dust, water droplets, etc. Mostly seen in mountainous region, clouds and glaciers. Now a little bit details about this Hindu Kush mountain ranges you can find here. This is also called as a third pole because of huge amount of world's largest freshwater store locations after the 2 poles. It is found in this Hindu Kush region. It is also called as the third pole of Earth. Second topic we have is Badwater Basin in Death Valley. Where it is in North America region. You can see in the California state of USA, the Death Valley. Rest, I'm not going into too much of details because it's not location in India. Rip currents. What are the rip currents? Rip currents are running from strong flow of water running from a beach back to the ocean. Such currents are called as rip current. Why they are a little bit dangerous? Because if people are staying or coming in line of this rip current direction, they can just take these people into the deeper oceans. So it has dangers in, especially in beaches where people are coming people are coming to enjoy these places and all. It can lead to certain accidents due to these rip currents. So a question can come on, what exactly is rip current? Rip currents are those currents which flow from beach to the open ocean region. So backward current, such a current is called as rip current. It can gain speed up to 8 kilometers per hour, which is enough to create accidents and disruptions. Scientists voted down proposal to declare start of Anthropocene. So this is, I think, a question has been asked in 2018, I guess, from this particular region. A panel of 18 scientists voted against proposal to mark the beginning of the Anthropocene, which is suggested to be the current human influence, that is the 6th extinction cycle. It can be called as a next Anthropocene. So that was the idea, but scientists have voted down this. Presently we are in Phanerozoic era, Quaternary period, Holocene epoch and Megallian age. Little bit complex timeline of history. You can see the timeline map here. It will make things little bit more clear. Otherwise also there is no need to go into specific details of all of this. At least in this era, epoch, period, age, what is their basic features, which one is bigger, which one is smaller, this information you can keep in your mind. Rest, each age, each thing is not required. Zodiacal light. A study conducted by Physical Research Laboratory in Ahmedabad examined the origin of interplanetary dust responsible for zodiacal light, focusing on Mars, moons, Deimos and Phobos. So this is a dust particles that is particular in present in different parts of the solar system. Now there will be scattering of light from these dust particles. So scientists are studying these dust particles and trying to get the information regarding the celestial body near this. So now the study is being conducted in these moons of Mars, that is Deimos and Phobos. What is zodiacal light? These are faint glow visible on completely dark nights from Earth. It is due to sunlight scattered by interplanetary dust. Zodiacal light is present across the entire path of ecliptic, which is the path along which sun moves in sky over course of year. This is the image you can see here. Now, sixth topic, equatorial origin or low latitude cyclones. So cyclones usually doesn't happen up to this 5 degrees, up to almost 8 degrees in these tropical equatorial regions. Why it is not happening? Because two conditions, like primary conditions, has to be met for formation of tropical cyclones. One is the warm oceans, second is the presence of Coriolis force. So this Coriolis force give this circulating element, circulating factor in this formation and movement of these cyclones. So in this tropical equator region, as you know, there is zero Coriolis force. So even if a warm ocean is present, there is no circulatory motion is not created. So due to this, these currents, or you can see tropical cyclones are not formed in these 0 to 8 degrees mostly. But now there have been like phenomenal changes which lead to new discoveries have been made, and the changes in this new phenomenon which is called as Pacific Decadal Oscillation. Now with changes in this Pacific Decadal Oscillation, scientists are expecting an increase in formation of this low latitude cyclones. Little bit more details on this you need to understand what is this Pacific Decadal Oscillation. Now how it is different, we have already seen lot of ocean and atmospheric oscillations like El Nino, La Nina, Indian Ocean dipole, all these kind of things. How this is considerably, or you can say substantially different from everything we have learned about these other oscillations is that this happens in a frequency of 20 to 30 years. Long term climate pattern, these all others are short term climate patterns. So this is long term climate pattern that affects temperature of Pacific Ocean and the weather patterns around it, lasts for around 20 to 30 years. Yeah. Cycle of warm and cool phases, particularly in the North Pacific above 20°, and during warm period phase there are strong westerly winds over, like all these climatic effects is being explained here. Period similar to La Nina and El Nino, La Nino and El Nina, in that it affects the Pacific Ocean temperatures, but it operates on a much longer time scales, that is 20 to 30 years. El Nino and La Nina, that is over a year, maximum over 2 years, that is the time phase of this. Now as of 2024, the PDO is in its cool phase. You can see in warm phase this upper area will be cooler and lower area will be warmer. Now in this Pacific decadal oscillation phase, this upper area got more warmer and this lower Pacific Ocean or southern Pacific Ocean get cooler, and this frequency change, this happens in a frequency of 20 to 30 years. Currently we are in this cooler phase. Marine heat waves. The northern Bay of Bengal has been experiencing an intense marine heat wave since June 2023. This has led to India's unusually arid northwest receiving extreme rainfall. So there is like marine heat wave similar to heat wave in our land. This is an extreme event. Surface temperature of a particular region of the sea rises above 3 to 4 degrees Celsius, and if it lasts for 4 to 5 days, then we call it as marine heat waves. It can have devastating effect on sea species including fish kills. It can play a role in other like corals, in kelps, and acidification of oceans, in coral bleaching, all these other happenings in the oceans. It can play a role and it can impact it. Siang River, topic number 9. Siang River. Center has proposed to construct a large barrage on the Siang River in Arunachal Pradesh in the view of the potential threats from huge dam being constructed by China in the neighboring Tibet region. So Yarlung Sangpo River, all this Brahmaputra, it is in the Chinese, when it is flowing, it is called as the Sangpo River. All the details, it starts from Mansarovar Lake, then it takes this turn in this Namcha Barwa peak, getting into Arunachal Pradesh, where the river is known as Siang. All these different names and locations should be fairly aware about. Rat hole mining, this is in news because of these workers has been trapped in this and has been rescued after long period of I think 40 days or so. So this has been in news, rat hole mining, otherwise it is banned because of huge risk to the health of these people doing rat hole mining, as well as the environmental risk it is being posing due to this, otherwise it is being banned in India. So these are some of the locations of where this accident has happened. So you can go through this, where it is Uttarakhand. Also, what is the name of it is also called as this Silkyara Tunnel accident, or Silkyara Tunnel. If it is in the question, you should understand this is where this accident happened, and this is in the state of Uttarakhand. Innor oil spill. Innor oil spill. Recently, massive oil spillage occurred due to flood water from the cyclone Michoang from state-run Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited refinery in Chennai. NGT took the case suo to demanded comprehensive measures from Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board and Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited regarding the oil spillage. Now we are speaking about a cyclone Michoang. which ong it is. When you hear the name, you might find that it is from Pacific Ocean also. Question can come over which ocean this cyclone has been originated. It is being originated in Bay of Bengal only, and due to this there has been a major oil spillage also in the region. First details of oil spillage, you can go through this. Global ocean heat content, some percentage numbers you need to keep in mind. The ocean covers 70% of the planet and absorbs 90% of the heat from global warming. Affects ocean stratification, this where there is less mixing between less dense warm and fresh waters near the surface and deeper layers. This reduces the transfer of heat and carbon dioxide to layers below. When ocean warms, it releases extra heat and moisture, all these other similar to the PDO effect. You can see its impact also here also. So the map shows that every year we are getting the highest heat content ocean. Soda lake, these are alkaline lakes. Researchers have discovered shallow soda lakes in western Canada and Darwin's concept of warm little ponds. Now this has a pH value between 9 to 11. These are highly alkaline lakes. In India, one of the famous one is this Lonar Lake, that is a crater lake that is in Maharashtra. Other one is this Pangong Salt Lake that is in this Ladakh region. Italian hydroelectric project, this is a hydroelectric project in Arunachal Pradesh. This is have facing several opposition from different controversies are associated with this. That's why we are, it is in these two rivers Tangaon and Dri, which are tributary of Dibang river, which itself is a tributary of Brahmaputra. Forest Advisory Committee, details are provided here. It is a statutory body constituted by Forest Conservation Act 1980, which comes under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Consider question on diversion of forest land for non-forest uses such as mining, industrial projects, townships, and advises government on the issue of granting forest clearances. And the role is but mostly advisory in nature. Europe's largest deposit of rare earths are found in Sweden. Recently, Sweden's state-owned mining company LKAB has discovered Europe's largest deposit of rare earths. Currently, no rare earths are mined in Europe, and it mostly imports from other regions. 98% of the rare earths used by European Union were sent by China. So this is like there is a war of rare earths that is happening. We discussed this in science tech class also. What are rare earths? All this information are provided here. I'm not repeating it. So this war is real and it is happening. Every country is looking at the reserves. So now so many countries new reserves are being found because countries are actively looking out for these new reserves, new potential diversification in this. These are information regarding these rare earths. I'm not too much going into it. Atmospheric rivers. Southern California has inundated the massive rainfall with the risk of landslide rising on soaked land. Atmospheric rivers are narrow regions in atmosphere that transport much of the moisture from tropics to northern latitudes. Similarly to the ocean currents, what is happening in currents happening in the atmosphere, these are called as atmospheric rivers. And these also play a role in the deciding climatic regions, climate in certain parts of the world. Pineapple Express, an example of small, strong atmospheric river because it moisture builds up in the tropical Pacific around Hawaii and can envelop US and Canada and west coast with heavy rainfall and snow. So Pacific, Hawaii is more like a at the lower latitude, but it can transport the huge amount of moisture built up in this Pacific region can be transported to US and Canada, leading to severe rainfall as well as snowfall in US and Canada. It happens due to this transfer of moisture, which is being done by an atmospheric river called as Pineapple Express. Yeah, tidal disruption event. This is what this is not simply a geography event. This is more related to science and technology. Even though the name indicates tidal, it is what happens to a star or any other celestial body when it comes in this particular zone of a black hole. So why it is in news? Destruction of a star by a black hole. This is what is called as tidal disruption event. So AT2021 EHB, this is the recent tidal disruption event that has been observed recently, and this is majorly happening again. Black hole is there. So why it is happening? Because of the huge gravitational force associated with this black hole. Coastal sand dunes. So geologists have urged Andhra Pradesh government to protect the site of coastal red sand dunes of Visakhapatnam. So red sand dunes are popularly known as Irramatti Dibbalu. This site has been declared as geoheritage site by Geological Survey of India. So this has importance in this geological evolution. Even prehistoric man stone implements, something has been discovered from this particular area. So this is why the clear instruction has been given to this Andhra Pradesh government to protect this particular area. And this red sand dunes, these are not just present in Andhra Pradesh, these are present in other parts also, but mostly this is found in this Andhra Pradesh region. Yeah, this is found in these terry sands in Tamil Nadu, Iramatti Dibbalu in Visakhapatnam, and one more site in Sri Lanka. So three regions we already have these red sand dunes present. Shubham River, a small river which stopped flowing 70 years ago in Odisha's Cuttack district, is said to be rejuvenated by the state government as has started working on the revival plan following a recent direction from NGT. So the revival of this river is happening. The name of the river is Sukapeka. In which state it is? Odisha's Cuttack district. This is a small map. Other river like Mahanadi, get a fair idea of where this Mahanadi is flowing, which all states it is associated with this, all these kind of things. Pink diamond. Scientists have connected pink diamond formation to the supercontinent Nuna and 1.3 billion years ago. So Nuna is a supercontinent which mostly contains the present day Europe, Asia, and some part of Northern America also. So this supercontinent, North America, Northern Europe, and parts of Siberia. This upper part, northern part, is being called as the Nuna supercontinent. So it has undergone collision, diversion, and all of this. And it is association of movement of this Nuna has been associated with formation of pink diamond. Blue hole. What is blue hole? The second deepest hole of the world has been found at Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico coast and been named as Tamja, which means deep water in Mayan. So this is like after Marine Trench, we have another deep hole that is being located in this Mexican peninsula. India's first underwater metro line, which is in Kolkata, has been released. Howrah Maidan Esplanade section underwater Hooghly River, it is going through below this Hooghly River, has been deepest metro station in India also, Howrah. Now 23 topic, Pancheshwar multipurpose project. Although India and Nepal, that is between India and Nepal, have reached agreement talks regarding this Pancheshwar multipurpose project remained impasse. There is conflict always going on between India and Nepal. Recently also a non-pro-India government has to cover the Nepal, and we have these implications related to this. Kiru Hydel project. Where is this Kiru Hydel project? It is in Jammu and Kashmir, Kishtwar district. You can see the map here. You can identify Kiru somewhere here. You can see the Kiru region. So this is a Hydel project that is being planned in this particular region. CBI is investigating alleged corruption regarding these Hydel power plant. That's why it is in news. Tiger Safari. So little bit details about Tiger Safari is provided here. Recently, Honorable Supreme Court said it was inclined to approve establishment of Tiger Safari at Pakrao, Uttarakhand in the buffer area of Corbett National Park. So tiger safari, details of it, whether it is given in this Wildlife Protection Act 1972, it is not given. All this information is provided here, you can go through it. Forest Rights Act in India, this is regarding this. As per the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, 38% of all claims over land made under the scheduled tribes and other traditional forest dwellers, recognition of forest rights 2006, also known as Forest Rights Act 2006, till November 2022 has been rejected. 38% of the applications under this Forest Rights Act has been rejected. That is the crux of it. So this, what is the provisions of the act? It give rights of the forest dwelling communities and other forest dwellers to forest resources. Now it include rights of self cultivation and habitation. Community rights as well as individual rights are provided. Habitat rights for particularly vulnerable tribal groups are being provided. Traditional seasonal resources are access, including wood and including other resources of the forest has been provided. Right to allocation of forest land, infrastructural needs of the community should be met. Right to fair compensation in case of land acquisition, rehabilitation and settlement. Act of 2013 does applies here. Act further enjoins upon Gram Sabha and right holders the responsibility for conservation of biodiversity. Gram Sabha's roles has been strengthened under this act. Now, why this is being rejected? That is more like a mains perspective. Major reasons are like there is requirement to show documentary proof that's for 75 years you are living in this particular area, or for 3 generations you are living in this particular area, and most of these tribal groupings doesn't have these documentary evidences which lead to complications. Similarly, more importantly, this exercise has to be done by the state governments, and many state governments are not too much interested in allocating. Many of these rejections happens even without not providing any reason. So state government's attitude, state government political direction also influences whether it is being provided or not. High powered committee on wild animals, you can read the information. Similarly, Wildlife Protection Act 2022, there has been amendments, there has been some changes made under this act. So the details you can go through here. You can see Schedule 1 contains animal species enjoying highest level of protection. Schedule 2 for animal species subjected to lesser degree of protection. Schedule 3 for protected plant species. Schedule 4 for scheduled specimen under cities. That is the current stratification or division that is available right now. Now, forest rights protection, this was earlierly a state subject. Now rather in 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, also called as Mini Constitutional Amendment Act, this has been transferred into a concurrent list. It also found mention under this fundamental duty under Article 51AG and Article 48A in DPSP also find mention of this. Different bodies constituted under this Wildlife Protection Act, including National Board of Wildlife, State Board of Wildlife, Central Zoo Authority, National Tiger Conservation Authority. All this information are provided here. You can go through these. Forest conservation rules regarding implementation of these, I am also not going to mention all this. Fly ash utilization, again a very easy topic. Recently, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change clarified compliance dates for complete utilization of fly ash for thermal power plants in new notification. So there has been strengthening of fly ash utilization provisions. So that is what is being provided here. So e-waste management rules, which has been updated in 2023. So very high chance a question can come from this. 2 substances exemptions from Schedule 2 of e-waste rules, that is cadmium and lead, because of its application in solar panels, photovoltaic applications. Because of this, cadmium and lead has been exempted from e-waste Schedule 2. That is one of the bigger change. Now the background information regarding this e-waste. rules are being provided here. Toxic substances including lead, cadmium, other include mercury, beryllium, hexavalent chromium or chromium 6. All these are provided here. India is the world's third largest e-waste generator after China and USA. 90% of the electronic waste management is done in the informal sector. Some of the information related to India's first e-waste clinic that has been launched in Bhopal. Factual information related to this. Marine Spatial Planning Framework, or MSP framework. Puducherry has launched the country's first marine spatial planning framework as a part of pact under Indo-Norway Integrated Ocean Initiative to balance growth alongside sustainable management of ocean resources. So there will be ecosystem based spatial planning in this Indo region, Indian Ocean region. This has been in coordination with Norway. Right to repair. Ministry of Consumer Affairs have set up a committee to come up with right to repair framework. So this has not been in implementation so far. Not going into too much of details of this. It is under Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Repair. Now electric vehicle policy. All these recently released policy provisions are there. It comes under FAME scheme, electric policy, electric vehicle. All these are coming under not Ministry of Road or Transportation, not Ministry of Renewable Energy or Energy, Forest or Climate Change. It is all coming under Ministry of Heavy Industries. Keep a strong note of this. It is all coming under electric vehicle policy, FAME scheme. All these are coming under EV at 30 initiative. All these are coming under Ministry of Heavy Industries. Bioresources for commercial purposes. You can go through this information. Dabur India has been accessing India's biological resources for commercial purposes without obtaining required approvals. This has been told by the National Biodiversity Board to the NGT. So that's why it is in news. The Section 7 of Biological Diversity Act 2002. Indian industry is required to give prior intimation to the concerned state biodiversity board about obtaining biological resources for commercial utilization. The SSB will have power to prohibit or restrict any such activity which violates the objectives of conservation, sustainable use and equitable sharing of benefits. National Green Tribunal. Details regarding National Green Tribunals is provided here. So you can see the legal setup. All these details are provided here, which under which statutes comes under Schedule 1. The Water Act of 1974, the Water Prevention of Control of Pollution Cess Act of 1977, Forest Act 1980, the Air Act of 1981, the Environmental Protection Act of 1986, similarly the Public Liability Insurance Act of 1991 and the Biological Diversity Act of 2002. All these are applicable, and one important thing to note here is Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and the Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act has been kept out of NGT's jurisdiction. Topic 38, Biological Diversity Act 2021 and its recent amendments are provided here. Highlights, it's a bill, so we are not going into too much of details. Forest clarification. Europe and US have passed laws that regulate the entry and sale of forest based products in the markets. Too much factual information is there, you can go through this. River and sand mining. NGT has directed that it will be mandatory to obtain consent to establish or consent to operate from concerned state pollution board for sand mining, and that no river and sand mining will be allowed to continue in the country without these particular licenses. So this is details regarding the river mining framework 2018. All these are provided here. Protection of plants, varieties and farmers' rights. This is act which give protection to farm varieties. There has been this conflict between farmers and PepsiCo. So this conflict has led to this providing this particular act has been in use. You can see the objective, structure, general functions, breeders' rights, researchers' rights, farmers' rights, all these are provided here. Not going details of this. Forest Rights Conservation Act 2023, again there is an amendment, so you should have a note of this. The definition of forest is not ultimately established at national level. Instead, each state is responsible for determining what constitutes a forest within its territory. The decentralized approach is defining forest originates from 1996 Supreme Court order known as T.N. Godwarman and Tirumulkat versus Union of India judgment. Some constitutional provision regarding forest, like the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, Article 51G, Article 48A, all these are provided here. Coastal Aquaculture Authority Amendment Act, again passed by the Parliament. These amendments seek to address ambiguities, streamline administrative processes, and integrate emerging aquaculture practices. Details are provided. You can go through this material. It's all very factual informations. That's why we are not going into too much of discussion. Similarly, come to the topic disaster management. Topics are coming from this. 48 Joshimath land subsidence. Due to land subsidence, Joshimath, a key transit point for tourists traveling from Badrinath to Hemkud Sahib, developed cracks causing panic among locals. Where it is Joshimath, it is located in this Rishikesh Badrinath National Highway 7 in the Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. Why this land subsidence is happening? Mostly because of topography. That is, there is weak soil below this land. That's why it is happening. Geological reasons, some kind of unplanned construction, including the dam construction, also contributes to this. Similarly, Hawaii Kauai volcano. Recently, Hawaii's Kilau volcano, which is located here, has erupted. So this is an active shield volcano. Erupt basalt lava, fluidic lava has been coming out of this. You can go through the details here. Hawaiian eruption are not like a dangerous eruption. You might have already aware of this. Disaster management plan for power sector has been released. Details you can go through this. Glacial lakes outburst flood gloves. Why it is in news? Because of this flooding caused in the Chungtang hydro dam in Sikkim. Now heat dome, what is the heat dome characteristics? You can go through here. Jet stream, how it is impacting heat dome. This is interlinkages are quite important. Landslide atlas of India is being released. Cyclones, a list of cyclones in Arabian Sea has been provided here. Earthquake in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, you can see these are high risk zone areas in India. Global assessment report and disaster risk reduction. So these are basically the topics you should basically look at. Next, we have a long list of environmental disasters. Omega blocking, which is recent floods in Mediterranean caused low pressure systems forming around this Omega block centered over these Netherlands. So the new phenomenon is in use. Earthquake in Morocco, location of Morocco, just have a look. Silkyara Barco tunnel, we already discussed where these workers has been trapped. Once in a century flooding swamps in Somalia after this historical drought. El Nino, La Nino, international dipole, all these basic phenomena are also in use. Global drought snapshot. All these are different list of different disasters or disaster related aspects that is being provided. Factual information is there. That's why we are not too much going into this information. So after the attending this class, what I expect from you is to go through this material once thoroughly, and there will be an updation material that will be released by 10th of next week, Monday or Tuesday itself. So this will also be uploaded in our Telegram channel. Go through this material thoroughly. Then topic coverage is extensive. What you want to do is, whenever you are learning a subject from these or from any other resources, keep in your mind that from what areas question can come, and prepare with this thing in your mind. If something is missing, if map is not provided, some really concept you can given in this you are not clear about, refer back, go and google it, search it then and there and clear it. If you want to add 1 2 3 words to this file, add it. So this is how you can optimize the information that is provided here, including this. Most of this material have huge amount of information, and it is very much important during these last days of prelims preparation. You should filter out some of this information. You should filter out what is exactly required for you from this exam purpose, and that thing you have to take out and study while doing current affairs, while doing other subjects also. This thing should be practiced when you are revising at these advanced stages of prelims preparation. So that's all for now. We have completed all the topics. I have provided you this material has been already uploaded in our Telegram channel as well as the group we have provided for the course. Any other XYZ requirement is there, do let us know. So on that basis we will wind up the session. That's all for now. Thank you so much.